What's going on, guys? My name is Omega and welcome back to another video. So today I actually wanted to go over with you guys every single Season 10 teaser that is currently in Apex Legends. We actually just got the very last teaser for Season 10 today, but I'm going to be starting at the beginning just to show you guys every single one in case you're curious or in case you just want to do this for yourself. Then afterwards, we're actually going to be looking at all of the cinematics that Apex posted to their Twitter, as well as the story from the Outlands, just because they didn't show this on their YouTube and I wanted to make sure that you guys had all of the information about the Season 10 Legends. So the very first teaser was posted a couple days ago, I think about 5 days ago. This is found at Countdown, and like I mentioned in my last video, it's a device on one of the control panels, and the device says, "Whole world shaking, finally got Hammond to run tests. Why is no one else freaking out?" Now after this, you can see that parts of the map are shaking on World's Edge, kind of like there's an earthquake happening right then and there. The second teaser was posted about 2 days later, and this was a teaser for the next legend, Seer. So as you guys know, when activating this teaser, you actually get the new bespoke micro drone weapon charm. Now this teaser is a little bit complicated because it actually moves around quite a bit. Shrugtal actually created a map for where you can actually find this teaser location. And keep in mind, the area that this teaser spawns at appears to be changing about every single hour, and only one squad per game can activate this teaser. Now, once you do eventually find it and activate the teaser, once you go through all of the little animations that it plays, the weapon charm actually drops onto the ground. So you can't just activate it and leave the game. You have to actually pick up the weapon charm that is on the ground. I saw some people just completely forget to do that, so that is definitely an important step. Now, a couple days after this teaser, there was another log that you could find, this time in staging. When you picked it up, it said serious tectonic activity. They are actually increasing harvester activity. Do they want us all to burn? And it was at this time that you could see that the harvester was basically going into overdrive mode on the map. It looks like it's going to either explode or do something, which we'll talk about in just a second. And this brings us to the final teaser that was actually added onto World's Edge today. So this can be found in the back of the launch site, and when you pick up the device, it says they're purging the evidence, catastrophe's coming, harder to cover up when this planet cracks apart. I gotta get out of here. And what's also interesting is that if you look on the screens right on top of where this device is, you can see which part of World's Edge is going to be affected by the harvester being overloaded. The first two locations that I noticed right off the bat were Train Yard and Sorting Factory, and I actually talked about this in some data mine information a couple weeks ago, that we were most likely going to be seeing some map changes for these two parts of the maps. Talk more about that in just a second. The other one looks to be Refinery. As you guys know, Refinery is located on the north part of World's Edge, and it seems that the crevice that is going through Capital City actually gets much bigger and extends all the way up to that part of the map. So as I can tell right now, it looks like those three areas of the map are going to be getting some of the biggest map changes for the next season. But we have even more information, actually a couple of pictures of what this may look like. So from the Apex Legends website, we actually got a first glimpse of what appears to be the destroyed version of Train Yard. You know, in the background, you can see like in the top left, that looks to be where Countdown is, which would make this location that the camera view is at probably around the area that Train Yard is. We also got an in-game image of Seer, as well as what looks like to be the remains of Sorting Factory in the background. You know, this was further confirmed by the fact that Sorting Factory is appearing in this teaser as one of the areas that is most likely going to get changed. You can also see a cable car in the background, which, you know, is next to some zip lines, and it looks like you might be able to even use the cable car to get from one side to the other rather than just focusing on the zip lines. And then another image that was on the Apex Legends website that I actually had to filter through Photoshop. This appears to either be an image of, you know, Sorting Factory once again, or this could possibly be the area around the harvester. I'm not 100% sure on that. Now, as of right now, it doesn't look like that you actually get anything for completing all of the logs or actually activating them on World's Edge. We might have something in the next couple of weeks, or maybe towards the start of Season 10, where you might get something if you do all of these. So I just wanted to have this video out there just to kind of combine everything into one video to make it super easy for you guys to actually find these. Now, to end this video, I'm actually just gonna be showing you guys every single cinematic that Apex Legends posted to their Twitter leading up to the story from the Outlands that was released a couple days ago. I don't know why they don't just like upload these all onto the same platform, whether it's all on YouTube or all on Twitter, just doing all on every social media platform that they have. But this really gives you some more information on the backstory of Seer, and it definitely helps rather than just only watching the story from the Outlands. So I'll play that for you guys, but I'm not really going to be talking over it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. I will be back in the next couple of days because on July 22nd is when we're going to be getting the official launch trailer for Season 10. So lots of cool things coming. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, but I will see you guys all on the next one. Peace out.
Long ago, there lived a young princess who was blind. This pained the king and queen, so they kept the princess locked in her room to keep her safe from the dangers of the world. One day, a young man passed under her window, singing. His voice drifted through her window and wrapped around her heart, and they fell in love. The young man asked her to keep a candle lit for him, as he'd return that night to spirit her away. The king and queen, however, were listening, and out of fear of losing their daughter, they captured the young man and locked him away. That night, the princess waited by her window with a candle, but the young man never came. She wept for fear that the dangers of the world had hurt her beloved. As she wept, a moth fluttered into her candle's flame, but was quickly extinguished by her tears. Grateful, the moth offered to help the princess find her love on one condition. Bemoaning its cursed lot, the moth confessed it was always drawn to that which would do him harm. It wanted to be reborn as her child, to be free of this curse. The princess swore a blood oath that the moth would be reborn of her, and so they set off into the moonlit night. When the king and queen discovered soon after that their daughter was missing, they quickly burned the young man at the stake to ensure no part of him remained for their daughter to find. They were sure she would then give up her wild passion and return to the safety of her room. Yet, having not strayed from the palace, the moth caught sight of the great blaze that consumed the young man. Unable to resist his cursed ways, the moth plunged into the flames while the blind princess followed. The curse of the moth hung over the kingdom that day and all the days that followed. And no amount of tears could extinguish its flame.
It has been seen. A woman will rise, bearing the mark of the moth.
All I want to do is tell my story.
Her firstborn will be a cursed child.
Deep inside
His eyes, drawing us all to the flame. Refuse the child's gaze, or be undone. One glance will reduce a mountain to dust. A king to a beggar, and an ocean to a desert.
you own the peace.
Everything he touches will be changed. This, it cannot be unseen.